Hello, beautiful ladies. Welcome back to EverElegant Style, where we help women over 50 and 60 feel elegant, confident, and naturally beautiful through timeless beauty and graceful self-care. Before we begin, I want to ask you something. Have you ever looked at your hair and felt it suddenly appeared thinner, drier, weaker, or less vibrant than before? Even though you are still using the same products and habits you always trusted, and have you ever wondered why? Some women over 60 still have soft, healthy, elegant hair, while others struggle with dryness, breakage, and lifeless texture. Also tell me where you are watching from, because I truly enjoy reading your comments and connecting with you. Today we are talking about how to keep your hair healthy, elegant, and beautiful after 60, and the small daily habits that quietly damage mature hair without most women realizing it. Because the truth is, hair changes naturally with age. It becomes more delicate, more sensitive to dryness, and more vulnerable to heat, chemicals, and harsh products. But the good news is, with a few thoughtful adjustments, your hair can still look soft, graceful, healthy, and refined at every age. So stay with me, because these simple changes can completely transform the way your hair looks and feels. The first mistake many women make is washing the hair too often. This may sound surprising because many people believe frequent washing keeps the hair cleaner and fresher, but mature hair usually produces less natural oil than younger hair. And when you wash it too aggressively or too frequently, you remove the very moisture your hair desperately needs to remain soft, flexible, and healthy. Over time, this can lead to dryness, dullness, frizz, and increased breakage, especially around the front hairline and ends. Another important detail is water temperature. Very hot water may feel relaxing, but it can strip natural oils from both the scalp and the hair itself, making dryness even worse. Warm, gentle water, followed by a cooler rinse, usually helps maintain softness, shine, and comfort. The type of shampoo also matters greatly. Many harsh shampoos contain strong cleansing ingredients that leave mature hair feeling rough, tangled, and dehydrated. Instead, choose softer, hydrating shampoos designed to support delicate, aging hair and sensitive scalp conditions. Your scalp is just as important as the hair itself. Healthy, elegant hair begins with balanced scalp care. When the scalp becomes dry, irritated, or overloaded with harsh products, the hair often loses softness, shine, and movement. Another important thing to remember is that mature hair responds better to gentleness. Aggressive rubbing, rough towel drying, and harsh brushing can slowly weaken the strands over time. Soft handling creates healthier, stronger, more graceful hair movement. Because true beauty after 60 is not about fighting age. It is about understanding what your hair now needs and treating it with more care, softness, and thoughtful attention every single day. As we continue this journey into healthier, more elegant hair after 60, it becomes important to talk about one of the biggest causes of dryness, weakness, and breakage that many women experience every single day without realizing it. The second mistake is using too much heat too often. Hair dryers, curling irons, straighteners, and heated brushes may help create polished styles. Quickly, but repeated high heat slowly weakens mature hair over time, as hair naturally becomes finer and more delicate. With age, it loses some of its ability to retain moisture and elasticity. This means heat damage often appears faster and more visibly than before. At first, the hair may simply feel slightly dry or rough, but over time the strands can become brittle, dull, frizzy, and much harder to style. Another important detail is temperature. Many women automatically use the hottest setting, believing it creates better results or faster styling. But extreme heat can strip moisture from the hair cuticle, making mature hair appear lifeless and fragile. Lower, gentler heat, combined with patience, usually creates far healthier, long-term results. Heat protection also matters greatly. Applying heat directly to unprotected hair increases damage significantly, especially around the front sections where the hair is often naturally finer. A lightweight heat protectant spray or cream creates a protective layer that helps reduce moisture loss and surface stress. This small step can make a remarkable difference over time. Another common mistake is holding heat tools too long in one area. Repeated direct heat concentrated in the same sections weakens the strands unevenly and can create visible breakage around the face. Gentle movement, softer styling, and limiting repeated passes help maintain healthier texture and shine. Air drying whenever possible can also support mature hair beautifully. This does not mean your hair must always look casual or unfinished. In fact, soft, natural texture often appears more youthful, elegant, and graceful than overly stiff, heavily heated styles. The goal is not perfection. The goal is healthy movement, softness, and natural shine. Another important thing to remember is that hairstyles themselves influence hair health. Very tight styling combined with heat places additional tension on already delicate strands. Relaxed, softer styles usually create a more flattering and sophisticated appearance while also protecting the hair. Your hair should move naturally, not feel stiff, overworked, or fragile. Nighttime habits matter too. Sleeping on rough fabrics or tightly tying the hair every night can increase friction and breakage. Gentle protective care while sleeping helps preserve softness and strength over time, because true elegance after sick is not created through harsh styling or constant heat. It comes from understanding what allows your hair to remain healthy, touchable, soft, and naturally beautiful. And when your hair feels healthier, your entire appearance becomes lighter, fresher. As we continue learning how to keep mature hair healthy, elegant, and strong, it becomes important to talk about something many women overlook completely, and that is choosing the wrong shampoo and hair products. The third mistake is using products that are too harsh, drying, or heavy for aging hair. Many shampoos are designed for deep, cleansing volume or oil control, but mature hair usually needs something very different. As hair changes with age, it often becomes drier, finer, and more sensitive. Products that once worked perfectly years ago may now leave the hair rough, tangled, dull, or difficult to manage. One of the biggest problems is harsh cleansing, ingredients that remove too much natural moisture from the scalp and strands. When this happens repeatedly, the hair begins losing softness, shine, and flexibility. The ends become brittle, the texture feels rough, and styling becomes more difficult. Another important detail is fragrance and alcohol content. Strong, heavily perfumed products or formulas containing drying alcohols can irritate sensitive scalp conditions and increase dryness over time. This irritation sometimes appears slowly through itching, tightness, flaking, or increased hair fragility. The goal should always be balance. You want products that cleanse gently while still protecting moisture and comfort. Hydrating shampoos, lightweight conditioners, and nourishing treatments designed for mature or dry hair usually create a much healthier result. Another common mistake is using products that are too heavy. Many women apply thick oils, creams, or masks, hoping to restore softness, but very heavy products can flatten fine, mature hair, making it appear limp, greasy, or lifeless. Instead, lighter, nourishing formulas often create more movement, shine, and natural volume without weighing the hair down. Scalp health is equally important. Healthy hair grows best from a balanced, comfortable scalp environment. Ignoring scalp dryness, buildup, or irritation can affect how the hair looks and feels overall. Gentle scalp massage while washing helps improve circulation. Another important thing to remember is consistency. Healthy hair usually does not transform overnight. Small daily habits, repeated gently over time, create the most noticeable long-term improvements. Switching constantly between many products often makes it harder to understand what truly helps your hair. Patience, softness, and routine matter far more than chasing every new trend. The way you apply products also changes results. Rubbing shampoo aggressively into the hair lengths can create unnecessary dryness and tangling. Instead, focus cleansing mainly at the scalp while allowing the softer foam to move naturally through the ends. This protects delicate strands from excess stress, because true hair care after 60 is not about using more products. It is about understanding what your hair now needs and supporting it with gentleness, balance, and thoughtful care every single. As we continue this journey into healthier, more elegant hair after 60, it becomes important to focus on something many women forget completely while concentrating only on the hair itself, and that is scalp health. The fourth mistake is ignoring the scalp while trying to improve the appearance of the hair. Healthy, beautiful hair always begins at the scalp because the scalp is the foundation that supports growth, softness, strength, and shine. When the scalp becomes dry, irritated, congested, or unbalanced, the hair often starts looking dull, fragile, lifeless, and difficult to manage. Many women continue adding more styling products, masks, or oils without realizing the real issue may begin underneath. One of the most common problems is product buildup. Heavy sprays, dry shampoo residue, thick creams, and repeated styling products can slowly collect around the scalp over time. This buildup may leave the scalp feeling tight, itchy, uncomfortable, or heavy, while also affecting how fresh and healthy the hair appears. Gentle cleansing becomes very important here. The goal is not aggressive scrubbing, but balanced, refreshing care that removes buildup without stripping natural moisture. Another important detail is circulation. Soft scalp massage during washing can help stimulate blood flow and create a healthier environment for the hair. This simple habit also feels relaxing and supports overall scalp comfort. You do not need strong pressure or complicated treatments. Gentle, consistent care often creates the best results. Hydration matters for the scalp just as much as it matters for the hair. Many women notice flakes, dryness, or sensitivity, but assume it is simply unavoidable aging. Sometimes the scalp is only asking for softer products, less heat, and more moisture support. Environmental stress can also affect scalp health. Strong sunlight, cold weather, indoor heating, and pollution may all increase dryness and sensitivity over time. Protecting the scalp with hats, gentle products, and balanced hydration helps maintain healthier, more comfortable hair conditions. Another important thing to remember is stress. Periods of emotional stress, fatigue, or lack of rest can sometimes influence scalp balance and hair appearance more than many women realize. This is why overall self-care also becomes part of healthy hair care. Your body, your scalp, and your hair are deeply connected. What truly creates elegant hair after 60 is not chasing perfect volume or dramatic styling. It is creating softness, health, comfort, and natural movement. When the scalp feels balanced, the hair often responds with more shine, flexibility, and grace. And when your hair moves naturally and feels healthy, your entire appearance becomes lighter, calmer, and more refined. Because true beauty after 60 begins with care, patience, and understanding what your hair and scalp genuinely need every single day. As we continue learning how to protect and care for mature hair, it becomes important to talk about hairstyles themselves, because the way you wear your hair every day can quietly strengthen or damage it over time. The fifth mistake is wearing hairstyles that are too tight, too heavy, or too stressful for delicate, mature hair. Many women pull the hair back tightly into firm ponytails, buns, or clips, believing it creates a cleaner, more polished appearance. But constant tension around the scalp and hairline can slowly weaken the strands, especially near the temples and front sections, where mature hair is often already finer. Over time, this repeated pulling may contribute to thinning, breakage, and increased fragility. Another important detail is comfort. A hairstyle should never feel painful, tight, or stressful on the scalp. If you constantly feel pulling tension or pressure, the hair is usually experiencing stress as well. Soft, relaxed styles often create a much more elegant, youthful, and graceful appearance than severe, tight hairstyles. Gentle volume movement and softness around the face usually flatter mature features beautifully. Heavy extensions, oversized clips, and excessive teasing can also create unnecessary strain. While volume is often desirable after 60, forcing the hair into unnatural fullness may actually make it appear more fragile and oversized. The goal is balanced natural softness and healthy movement. Another common mistake is brushing too aggressively, especially when the hair is wet. Wet hair becomes more delicate, and vulnerable to stretching and breakage. Pulling harshly through tangles can weaken the strands. Instead, use a wide tooth comb or soft brush, beginning gently at the ends and slowly working upward. Patience protects the hair far more effectively than force. Nighttime habits also influence hair health. Sleeping with the hair tightly tied every night increases friction and stress on delicate strands. Soft, loose braids, gentle clips, or simply allowing the hair to rest naturally often creates healthier results. Silk or satin pillowcases can also help reduce friction and preserve softness while sleeping. Another important thing to remember is that mature beauty often looks best when the hair feels touchable and natural. Overly stiff, heavily sprayed styles may hold shape, but they can remove softness, movement, and elegance from the overall appearance. Hair that moves gently and frames the face softly usually creates a more refined, timeless effect. Confidence also plays a role here. When your hairstyle feels comfortable, balanced, and natural, you carry yourself differently. Your posture relaxes, your expression softens, and your overall presence feels calmer and more graceful. Because true elegance after 60 is not about forcing the hair into perfection. It is about supporting its health, protecting its softness, and allowing its natural beauty to shine in the most relaxed, timeless, and sophisticated way possible. As we come to the final part of this journey, take a quiet moment to reflect on everything we explored together. Is not created through harsh treatments or complicated routines, but through gentle, consistent, thoughtful care. From washing less aggressively and reducing heat damage, to choosing softer products, protecting the scalp, and avoiding stressful hairstyles, every small habit works together to support stronger, healthier, and more graceful hair over time. Because the truth is, mature hair does not need perfection. It needs balance, moisture, softness, and protection. And when your hair feels healthy, your entire appearance begins to feel lighter, fresher, calmer, and more refined naturally. One of the most important things to remember is that hair changes with age, and that change is not something to fear. Adapting your routine is not giving up on beauty. It is understanding your hair more deeply and responding to what it now needs. Sometimes the most powerful improvements come from the simplest adjustments. Softer shampoo, brushing, lower heat, looser hairstyles, and more patience can create remarkable long-term results. Another important detail is consistency. Healthy hair usually grows stronger through repeated daily care rather than dramatic overnight transformations. Small habits practiced gently every day often create more visible beauty than expensive, complicated treatments. Your relationship with your hair also matters emotionally. When you stop fighting your hair and begin supporting it with kindness, your confidence changes too. You become less focused on hiding imperfections and more focused on enhancing natural softness, shine, and movement. This creates a beauty that feels calm, authentic, and timeless. Now, before we finish, I would truly love to hear from you. Which hair habit surprised you the most, and what is the biggest challenge you personally experience with your hair after 60? Do you struggle more with dryness? Tell me in the comments, because your experiences always inspire future videos and help other women feel understood. And if you found this video helpful, please take a moment to like and subscribe, because it truly supports the channel and helps more women discover elegant, timeless beauty and self-care ideas. You can also share this video with a friend who may be struggling with dry, damaged, or fragile hair and looking for softer, healthier hair care routines. And for our next beauty video, tell me what you would love to see. Next, haircuts for women over 60, gray, hairstyling tips, or simple routines for thicker, healthier looking hair. Thank you so much for spending this time with me. Your support, kindness, and beautiful comments truly mean a lot. And remember, true beauty after 60 is not about looking younger. Caring for yourself gently so your confidence, elegance, and natural grace continue shining beautifully every single day.